Hello everyone. So this is the session that will be very important for your paper 1, that is essay paper of APSc and UPSC examinations. The essay paper actually is a challenge to everyone because here we have to play with our skills of skills means writing skills, thinking ability skills, analytical capability, so that whatever you are writing, that will attract the copy shakers, that will exactly represent what he or she wants as a examiner to be expressed from your essay. Now to essay can be, either philosophical or content based, like current affairs based, some social issues based, some technology based. And you all are aware that in this channel we have already gone through few essays. Now to make an essay very expressive, illustrative, and kind of attractive, we need to apply some quotes of some famous philosophers, scientists, or some political leaders, freedom fighters, or some reformers. So we have to be aware with such important quotes. To keep these things in mind, I have started these sessions, and this session will be going on through some important quotes from different fields. Like today's session will be the quotes related to the topic, essay topic for education. Means education related essays need to be enriched with this type of quotes wherever it will be relevant. So without wasting time, we'll go through some important quotes and we try to go through their meanings. The first one is, according to Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. So Nelson Mandela said that to change the world, you don't need some devastating or some kind of disaster causing weapons. You just need educations. Through educations, if you can impact or if you can change the minds towards some positive things, towards some positive causes, then people will be changed itself. So no need of such other devastating weapons. So that's why he means Nelson Mandela said that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Second, according to Mahatma Gandhi, live as if you are to die tomorrow, learn as if you are to live forever. Through this quote, he means that you should live fully. You should enjoy every moment of your life. Means you don't know what will happen to you tomorrow. You may get died or whatever the things, unfortunate events that will happen, we don't know about. So you have to live your life fully without worrying about this type of things. You have to enjoy every moment. Now, that is one point. And next, he said that the case is opposite in the case of learn. You have to learn not just for a temporary cause or temporary manner. You have to learn like you are going to apply this learning forever. So when you go for applying this, your learning for a very means you can say progressive purposes, or then you have to learn it carefully, then you have to learn seriously. So that's why he has said that learn if you are to live forever, because if you are to live forever, you have to use your learning throughout your life, throughout that forever life. So your learning should be strong. That's why he has said that live as if you are to die tomorrow, Learn as if you are to live forever, Mahatma Gandhi. Then Margaret Mead said that children must taught how to think, not what to think. Very, very important. I personally follow this line. Actually, I personally follow this line because children should not be taught as per your expectation that this should be learned by him or her. This is a very serious problem in the case of India. Maybe other countries, I have no idea, but in India, I have seen particularly that few section of society wants their children to become as per their choices or as per their wish of dreaming. Means he may be a doctor, he may be an engineer, he may be IS officer, APS officer, ACS officer. So you should not think like that. You have to train your student that how to learn, how to think. But because when he will be able to know, when he will be able to grasp that how to think, then the rationality automatically arrives at his mind. And if that arrives in his mind or her mind, then he will automatically have himself be capable of thinking or himself be capable of arriving that what will be his purpose of study, what will be his dream or what will be his goal. So that's why Margaret said very correctly that children must taught how to think, not what to think. I'm repeating again, children must taught how to think, not what to think. Margaret. Then from Einstein, he said that education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Again, this shows very important morals of education, that why education or what education and how education. So you know that we have gone through several textbooks based studies, some practicals based studies. Yes, maybe line to line of those textbooks, experiment to experiment of those practicals will not be captured or will not be memorized by our mind. But few things will remain in our mind after our education, after our schooling. And that is what Einstein means to say, that those things who has been left, who what you can't forget, will be the exact things that you have learned from your education that will be applied in the coming days of your life, coming days of the children's lives. So that should be a very good or enriching, and with that he or she may progress in his life. So Einstein said, education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. So from this quote, we have got that education is not just related to only the textbook based study. It is more some kind of moral study. Then Aristotle said that it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. So according to Aristotle, that only an educated mind can understand that what that particular thought means. So after getting through it only, he will accept or reject it. So Aristotle said it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Martin Luther King said, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. So according to Martin Luther King, true education is not just means gaining intelligence, it is also gaining characters. It is also shaping your character. Of course, he meant to say a positive or good character. So Martin Luther King said, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of a true education. Then Kofi Annan said that literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. So literacy or education acts as a bridge between misery to hope. So it is the education only who will actually make this misery away from one's life and fulfill his hope, his or her hope. Then Swami Vivekananda said that education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. I'm repeating again, education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. So education helps in perfecting one's ideas. That is according to Swami Vivekananda. I am repeating again, Swami Vivekananda said that education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. Then Mahatma Gandhi said that education that does not mold the character is absolutely worthless. So that education does not have any value if it cannot change your character, it cannot shape your character, right? So that type of education which cannot or which does not mold the character is just or a mere is just a kind of what worthless thing, right? Then next thing, according to Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, to educate a person in mind and not in moral is to educate a menace to the society. So according to Roosevelt, just to educate a person in mind only is not going to work, because in that case it's just kind of educating a bad thing, because we don't know that what is behind one's mind. That may be either some good things or that may be some either evil kind of things also. So if you are educating that mind, maybe you are educating some positive things or maybe you are educating some evil kind of things also. So just mere educating a person in mind maybe sometimes happens to imply like educating a menace, some bad things to the society, right? So just educating in his mind is not going to work. You have to educate one with morals also. That's why Theodore Roosevelt said that to educate a person in mind, not in morals, is to educate a menace to the society. Next, according to Hutchin, the object of education is to prepare the young to educate themselves throughout their lives. So according to Hutchin, the objective of the education should be like you have to prepare, the young should be prepared in such a way that they can educate themselves throughout that education throughout their lives. So means to say that those youngs should be able to apply the understandings from their education throughout their lives. So that's why Hutchins said that the object of education is to prepare the young to educate themselves throughout their lives. Then Martin Luther King again said that educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Again, Martin Luther King actually emphasized on the educating not just mind, but educating the heart also, just like we have got Roosevelt. What Roosevelt said that to educate a person in mind, but not to morals, is just kind of to educate a menace to the society. Similarly, Martin Luther King also said that educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Then lastly, and my favorite quote that can play very important while showing the importance of equality or gender equality is that, or you can say the importance of education in women is that what this quote is going to say, and this quote will be the last quote for today's lecture. Brigham Young said that you educate a man, you educate a man. But if you educate a woman, you educate a generation. I'm repeating again. You educate a man, you educate a man. You educate a woman, you educate a generation. That's what Brigham Young said. But what actually it means? It means you know that when your mother been taught, means if you know, if your mother knows some things, that will be flown to you, to her husband, means to your father, and to all the family member, because woman itself has some caring nature. Woman itself, that nature, that with the help of which something can be distributed to each and every member of the society, and that way it will be flown, or it will be transported from one person to another. So this means that as a whole, the whole society or whole generation will get educated, right? That's why he said, you educate a man, you will educate a man only, but you educate a woman, you educate a generation. With this, I'm ending today's lecture. Thank you very much.